Hello, everybody. It's the old bear from the Old Bears Den of Bigfoot. I'm back again tonight, and tonight we have a guest, a good friend of ours, and I hope everybody enjoys it. Um, but there's one thing that I wanted to let you know before we got started. We were at a friend's place last night, having a campfire and cooking out on the campfire, and next week we're going to have him on because we had some pretty intense action, I do believe. Uh, we had one come up fairly close, uh, actually a little bit too close for my liking because my wife was there, and that's not kosher with me. It wasn't kosher with my friend. He's a good Christian man. I've known him for quite a long time, 20 plus years, and well, basically, he's my brother. Uh, he's not from the same family, but he's my Christian brother. And we had a pretty intense night last night. And next week, we'll have him on, and we're going to talk about it next week. And if anybody can get a hold of Mr. Scott Carpenter, he would like him to come and watch the show because he has something to say to the man. And I hope y'all come next week and give it a watch. It'll be next Saturday at 8 o'clock. So, right now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring my friend on. And let me get up here. And we're bringing Jasper on, and he'll be on right now.
Hello, Bear. Hey, guys. I see some ones from one other group over from Mannimal coming over here.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Just hanging out. I'm still down here in Hollywood, Florida. Relax,
Oh, boy.
trying to relax.
So, if everybody doesn't know, Jasper has started his own channel, and it deals with. Well, I'll just let Jasper tell you. Tell us all about your channel.
the the channel is called Bigfoot and Things. Is what it started out with, and then kind of brainstormed. I was trying to figure out. Because it wasn't getting out there, and a lot of people had trouble finding it. So with one of the shows when we came back from the Mannimal and put an idea out there, and so I went and tried it, and it kind of helped everybody to find it because the ones that were trying to find it or were still subscribed couldn't even find it when they pull it up. So now it's changed to Bigfoot and Things with Jasper Walls, and it helped because it actually cut that. I guess cuts the tie from just Bigfoot and things because there's so many people out there with Bigfoot and stuff. So I mean, there's a ton of them. So it kind of with YouTube and with me using StreamYard, it kind of it kind of puts me way on the bottom of the totem pole. But this kind of jumped it up there and helped. I based the show, like any other ones, is Bigfoot. Bigfoot's the word. Bigfoot, and then I want to got Bigfoot and things because each time that I've went through with the Mannimal show and doing everything there, and then our guest, and one would be something about Dogman. Then you got something about paranormal, and then you got something about UFOs. Well, I mean, why not put it all together? And I added with regular life, I drive a truck. I'm a truck driver. Add that with it. And I also indie wrestling on the side. Add that with it because characters with wrestlers are there. Like my character is the wolf. What's the spirit of my ancestors and my animal spirit, basically, from Cherokee. So I'm the wolf, which people could take it as a dog man or a werewolf. So everything kind of just all on the bit to pieces and bit together because, we also have people that were out there saying, well, is Bigfoot connected to UFOs? Do they think they're with the aliens? Do they think they're with the ghost? Bigfoot's hanging out with Dogman. Dogman's hanging out. I mean, they're all, it seems like everything's in a circle. So why not have a show with everything around the whole circle? So that's what it pretty much is. It's young. It's a newer show, basically. I did that when we kind of put the brakes on Mannimal. And as everybody knows, Wayne has the podcast and went over there and did that and shut it out. So, I was like, well, I'll kid you, I won't tell you lies. I tried to get to see if we could be able to keep running Mannimal while he done that, and I want him to do that because it was cool. We talked about it, and I was like, okay, let me try to run it. Well, couldn't. Everything, the technical difficulty and everything else was just, it was hard to do. So we was like, okay, just take a break, leave it like that. I said, well, I'm gonna start mine. I'm gonna do me a new one. And I had a few people actually come and tell me that, hey, why don't you, start something different as we can still see you and, and go with that. So that's what I did. And that's what Bigfoot and Things with Jasper Walls is. I started it out because I missed the Mannimal groups and I missed the guys out there and, everybody that come in there, I missed them and I wanted them to say, hey, look, I'm still here. Don't freak out. Don't disappear. You still can catch us. We're still here doing it, so that's what it's always about. Anybody has stories, we'll get them on here, do them with a show and hide their, identity. Don't even have to call them who they are. Just come on and do it over the phone. Actually, my first guest was Miss Dana. That she was so nervous, but she did a heck of a job. So she did it through the phone. We couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't get her. She couldn't get her internet working, and she had to do it through the phone, which is fine. She didn't want nobody to know her, and kept it that way. They just knew her by Dana, and that was it. So that's pretty much what it is. I mean, everything's in a basket there.
Okay. Well, I think you're doing a pretty good job with it, and I've watched a few of your videos, and you're doing a good job.
I appreciate that. I've been trying to do a lot of, like I said, the battlefield is, I hit it pretty hard before everybody. I mean, I was there doing paranormal, and then once, people talking about, and we started getting into the Bigfoot, and I started thinking and looking at things I didn't really think about out there, with the food source, the water, how they can easily hide. And I'm like, why wouldn't one be here? I mean, it's passing through. They can hide in the woods. They can get back up to what we call Pigeon Mountain. I mean, to me, if I was a Bigfoot, I'm gonna sneak around there. You can't hunt, so they know they ain't got to worry about hunters. Just got to worry about crazy kids going out there and doing stupid things.
Yeah, well, they just kind of they sit back and watch them do stupid stuff. You know how that goes.
It gives them entertainment. I mean, just like we camp out, we're entertainment. That gives them a good. You can eat, drink, and watch TV. I mean,
yeah, that's pretty much what we do. Yeah,
I mean that's how it is. Dug into that, and then doing the videos and live videos, and most of some of the lives are actually lives from the place, and I just uploaded them to the channel. That's the actual live, like when I did Corpsewood, and that was that's an experience up there. The signal is so bad. You got signal, but not strong enough to do a live. So you got to pretty much do the videos and a live there, and then save it and put it. But what they see is what they're getting, and it's a realm of itself up there in Corpsewood. So
yeah,
I try, and that's what I try to get out there because I know people would like to see them more instead of like sitting and just talking. I want to try to give them videos also, and sit down and we can talk about QA. Come in and talk, and hey, let's, what y'all, maybe want me to try, maybe try this or get something, which, like I said, equipment ain't very cheap. So, I got a few things. Most of it is mostly foam, friends' videos, everything else. So that's basically what it is. So, but yeah, it's a work in progress still, and hopefully, I know tomorrow I got a big show. I've added some stuff from this gentleman that I'm gonna have tomorrow. Guys, y'all don't want to miss this. He has sent me some stuff. I haven't even really had it got to sit down and listen to the other stuff he sent me. He's actually sent me one big audio and it's hard to scare me in the woods, but I know if I hear that sound, I'm probably going to start carrying a gun, because this thing, I don't want to give away, but man, this was no bear. This was not a bear. This ain't a wolf. This is something bipedal that has a bad attitude, and I'm gonna say it wasn't. I'm gonna tell you right now, it wasn't. I believe in my heart. I don't think it was a Bigfoot either. This was a creature as a dog man. The show is basically going to be about dog man. This something is just wow. So hopefully everybody tunes in tomorrow. Man, I'm telling y'all, he sent me some pictures. I've got it all uploaded to the show. It's ready to show. I'm excited. The intro I've got coming into it, man, it's just I'm goosebumps right now. I can't wait to get it to do it tomorrow, because it's going to be huge. I believe it's going to be an epic. Everybody's going to be like, whoa, he is stepped up a little bit. I figured out things and got it going. So you guys tune in for that tomorrow. It's going to be a big show. Y'all are going to freak out with it.
Well, Jasper, next weekend on my channel here, we went out. What happened to us last night? We went out to a buddy's of mine, and he's had Bigfoot on his property. I mean, they made huge X's and tree twists, and they took a tree and bent it between two big trees, and something that only a Bigfoot can do.
Right.
And we were out there having we ate dinner at his place. He cooked dinner for us there on an open fire. And we had dinner, and we were sitting there around the campfire talking. And last night, we had one that decided that it wanted to come and join us.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it got pretty intense pretty quick. Even my wife was worrying. So she's here right now, sitting here beside me like always. And if it wasn't for having the show next week, I'd be telling you all about it. So if you get a chance next Saturday night, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock your time, of course, come on and take a watch. And I think you'll be surprised by all that went on and what happened. And it's pretty interesting. It got scary for a few minutes, and then that old part of me that just didn't care about him no more kicked in and went looking for what was causing the problem. And we'll tell you all about the end of it next week. So,
oh, by the way, you got to go back. So you don't have to worry about that one.
but we got a show on here next weekend. It's going to be alive. And like I said, it'll be me and my buddy. about what happened in his place last night. And so let me ask you this. When you were there over there at the battlefield, I know you want to talk about this a little bit. Was it last year that y'all were over there and you had an issue? One of the guys over there had an issue at the battlefield.
Yeah.
What have you found out about that?
Let me think. Make sure I choose the right words.
Well, I'm not politically correct, my friend. So,
well, I did a video. I did part one of debunking. We got close as we could. The grass is actually up pretty good. So we didn't want. It was me and Greg, and I didn't want the safety side kind of get kicked in because I know the way the weather was. The temperature. I know there's a snake somewhere in there we ain't gonna see, and didn't really want to get nobody bit. And until you get halfway, and we're sitting there, and we put the ghost app up on there, and I started antagonizing, which is a paranormal area, and I started getting things, different words, and it started lighting up, but never really seen the shadows. We did get spooked by a deer because we saw eyes, and we was like, what is that? And then we noticed there was two more, and I was like, okay. And they came in close enough to the light where we actually seen them walking. And I was like, okay, that's two deers that just really scared us. So, we were in the same area, probably maybe 10 feet, maybe 20 feet. I'd say 20 feet away from where the so-called incident happened. And with that of last year, we lost signal completely and had to come back out of the woods to get signal, get back on live, and we didn't lose nothing there. That's the first debunk I wanted to let everybody see. The second one is, I started a little bit, but we did have rangers kind of moving around. It's something with some of the rangers there. They can be pains in the butt. They claim that, you can't be there after night, and I've already looked through all that. It's like that's why you have gates closes the area. The roads are always open, and there's no federal law against where you can't be there. On certain areas when it's gate closed, yes, you can't. They don't want you there because they had issues with devil worshippers, like on Snodgrass Hill. They closed it down. I've been there during the daytime. I wanted the second part one. Part one was part of that. We're going to go try to go back again. But this one, we're going to try to, hopefully the grass will be down a little bit more. We'll probably have to wait till it's a little colder where the grass kind of dies off. Because like I said, when we there, it was no grass. It was all dirt. Like everything was dead. But when we were there that night, it's all grown up. They haven't cut the fields or nothing. They ain't done the hay yet. So we want to do another one when it gets a little colder and do another part two and be sitting right there because the tree's still there that he was supposed to. So, and which that one's probably going to be the one that hurts the most because I'm going to take a lock and a sock and I'm going to hit myself right in the same spot. And then I'm going to show it on the show every Sunday and let everybody see how it wells up and how it looks. And pretty much going to debunk, you got hit in the head. I'm sorry, but you got hit in the head. You hit yourself in the head. It's not that hard to do a small lock and a sock. It's still it's gonna bruise you. It's gonna give you a black eye. And we're gonna go piece by piece with it. I'm gonna make a good live show with it, and we're gonna go piece by piece with it because it took a while because we were so excited. We were excited. We was also worried about him. And, we kept asking, and when I mean all of us and Mannimal and everybody else, we all, hey, are you okay?
Right.
And everything just kind of just changed. And it's like, dude, really? Because I talked to him quite a bit. Made you, hey, you all right, man? Because I was there. I took off from where I was at. I had something paranormal happening, but I took off where he was because somebody was in danger.
Right.
And, and talking with everybody else and being out there so many times, me antagonizing, I mean, to the T of trying to antagonize something paranormal, especially green eyes, cussing at these paranormal things, doing everything you can, I mean, to the next level. And nothing like that has ever happened to me. And that just, to me, that's just, it showed that something was mechanically involved in that to do something, especially for me to lose signal. And I don't lose signal now. I've been there 100 times, even past then, even before. It's just, I mean, we can go on all night about it. I mean, it's just, it's like one show I heard that where somebody was talking. Actually, I'm gonna plug it. One of the podcasts from Wayne, he said something about it aggravates them about, and it aggravates a lot of us that when we're trying to prove something, you're going to have that one that wants to try to make themselves look better, or it's going to want to hoax something and try to get their name back out there.
Yeah.
And when you have, I don't know, when you have somebody that we both actually been over for a person, and in the South, that stings when you get crossed. I mean, California, I don't know, they must like it a lot out there. We did get a warning. I ain't gonna lie, we did get a warning from the old group that they were in. Said, hey, this is what it is, send us in, and we blew it off. We blew it straight off, like, no way, because we're looking at things that technically, really, you can fake a big hand and put it in a class, everything, Bigfoot or something. You can fake it easy. And that's the thing is out here, that's what's so hard for any Bigfoot adventure, dogman, or whatever. It's so freaking hard because people try to fake it to try to make that dollar. And it's just very aggravating. And what really has got me the most about that is he did it in my backyard. He did it where I've always been, never had anything done, and done a whole lot more antagonizing that he claims he did. And nothing happened to me. No scratches, no nothing. Now, I've been scared because I hear something in my ear, like I did when we was live at one time. I was by myself, and something said, "Get out," in my ear, and we called it on the phone. That, yeah. But to be in that area, and then the one other thing we debunked, and this can be a question for your wife, Bear. Say, okay, picture that you're going in the woods like that. She's with you, and she's filming you, right? Say you just randomly trip over a tree limb. Is she going to not freak out and panic?
My wife, well, you have to understand one thing. My wife would laugh at me hysterically, and then she would freak out and panic, worried if I was her. That would be my wife.
That's where I'm getting at. With that said, okay, back, yesterday I actually twisted my ankle out here because I got bad ankles. I fell in the concrete out here. My wife and my daughter was sitting there. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you go back to that night. His wife, bless her heart, calm as day. You tell me you just saw your husband get attacked, get scratched, and you stood there and did nothing and just holding the camera.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I know this, but you know what? I'm not going to say it, but I want to say it so bad. I'm going to say that's cow crap. Put it that way. Because
Yeah.
I know any woman, I don't care if they're with paranormal and they've been paranormal, and their husband gets attacked, you're going to be panicking. You're going to be like, oh God, are you okay? Are you, oh my God. Oh, not one, just very calm. And then after all that, then everything, the lineup of, oh, hey, I'm selling my truck. I'm retiring. Okay. And I hope you're watching because I'm blasting you right now. So Bear's letting it happen. It's just going to be bad because I know, from one, he showed his face in Cleveland paperwork, saying, "Oh, about still looking for this," showing his little foot thing. I'm gonna tell you, as much hard as I really want to do, I really want to go to Cleveland and whoop his tail right there in his parking lot and just say, "Look, you need to stop your crap. If you retired, don't say nothing else about it. Get out. You go back wherever. Go hoax them somewhere else." Then you got. It's just that, but the good part of me is saying, you know what, karma will get you, and karma will get him.
Yeah.
He was selling his truck. I was trying to buy his truck. He quit talking. Communication disappeared. Then he sold the truck, and then he wanted to sell me his headache rack that was custom made, has a Bigfoot in it. And I was like, heck yeah, what do you want? Coming back in, I went to work, came back in. I said, hey, I'm gonna come buy the headache rack from you. Oh, I've already sold it. You just sold it out from under me. Like I told you, I'm coming in from work. I'm gonna get it. We've been talking about it. Well, then he disappears. Then he's not on my Facebook no more. He took me and everybody else, or part of everybody else, just took the main people, me and Wayne, off the friends list because we were the ones who was keeping out, helping him out.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that with somebody of these helping you? And if you didn't hoax it, if you didn't do that, why start disappearing from those ones that? Is it because we were the closest one there and you want to cut those ties from that part because they're going to expose you? Or, you just did the same thing you did to your last group, and it's just about the same way he did his last group.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that everything kind of come around. And I guess it just really, it fires me up because it was in my backyard. And
Right.
you don't come, it's like I said on my show, I said, you don't come down to the South, you don't do crap like that. About cussing, I try to stop myself because I'm wound up. I don't like California. You don't like California. We're truckers. We don't like California. They don't like it. So
About as much as I hate New York.
right. It's mutual. So yeah. I told him, you need to take your butt back to California because you're in the wrong country to be messing with redneck, whatever you want to call yourself, or Southern boys, because we'll put you in your place. And that's the way it is. And now, that's just, y'all are seeing the wrong side of me, and I don't like that because it does mess me up. It aggravates me really bad, and it shouldn't.
Well, and that on that note, why don't we move on to something that let's talk about the paranormal side of what you're doing with your channel. Why don't we go there and
Okay.
see what you're doing?
All right. Paranormal is basically same thing we're doing. I basically using it kind of hand to hand with Bigfoot. We go out there, we'll make the calls. We have the spirit box that's on the phone. We also have the app that does the wording, and we'll ask questions. We'll do treating all at the same time, basically on the battlefield. You got to be patient with it because it ain't going to be like a sudden answer. It's going to be with that app. It's just going to be random words that pop out, but you got to kind of put them together when you ask a question. It could be they're trying to get the strength to do it, because you got to understand some of these paranormal that's in that battlefield is going to be I know I'm gonna get the residual as they're reacting a cannon fire, or a march or whatever they had that time, and then you got some that are lost and roaming around going and realize that they're dead, but they don't know where to go, and they stay where they're comfort. But yeah, we do. It's pretty much the hand in hand kind of thing with the paranormal. We'll go to an area we know that I feel that Bigfoot could be at. We'll do a Bigfoot call. We'll either that, or we'll do a tree knock, and kind of be. Most of the time in the battlefield, we actually don't yell too much because we don't want to bring attention to it, because they are houses around. Every once in a while, we'll hit one out, and usually can get the coyotes going, and then probably the neighborhood dogs. And then we'll, we step back and go, okay, well, let's switch gears. Let's get the box out. Let's see if we get any spirits around it. So kind of like I say, we go hand in hand with it. Try to get both of them at the same time. But
Right.
Let's see. What else we do with paranormal? That's far as with paranormal. That's about all we go. We've actually done some couple cemeteries. I haven't got them on video yet, but we've texted and we found a couple of cemeteries we're going to try to do touch base with. One actually is close, and this is actually pretty cool. We're actually, because we went to see my wife's friend that she babysits their kids. Went to their house down near Trenton, Georgia, and on the BFRO, I discovered in 2020 there was a Bigfoot sighting crossing Highway 11, which was going, and then the coordinates is showing it going straight up to Sawmill Campground. And I was like, okay. So I told them, I said, and they're in the woods. I was with it, man, they are in the woods. I love it, and they're in the woods. So we went there, and she goes, hey, I got an old cemetery down the road called Deer Cove Cemetery. And I was like, excuse me? I said, the name just got me. I said, I think I've been to that one. Is this in like a wooded area? And she's like, yeah. I said, let's go. So we went, and she took us up there where her family's buried there. And I said, yeah, I've been here, and I know it's paranormal here, because we've got orbs in a long time ago when I used to come down here. And they got an old grave there that is built up, just rock, and it's like an imperial tomb, but it's on top of the ground. And I'm like, and I asked her, I said, have you been out here doing anything? Have you heard anything? She's like, we've heard a few things. We do have a couple of big old owls out here. So, okay. I said, Bigfoot can mimic that, just saying. And she's like, well, I figured that from one of your shows. You said something about they mimic it. And I was like, yeah, they can do that. And then she said, but we've actually seen them too. She said, they're pretty big, because I think it's a male and female. I was like, okay. I said, anything that you've got with, with the grave? And she's like, I don't come out here at night. She's like, I get a bad eerie feeling. I said, well, that's a good thing then. That's your sixth sense that's coming out. You need to use that to your advantage and go forward, and just, you ain't got to go on the backside of the cemetery. Just go right there in the front and see what happens. This way you got the gate right there. You can get out of there quick. And we might try that. So I said, well, we'll come up here one weekend. We'll definitely try it. We'll come up here and see what happens. I'd love to come do a show. And she's like, yeah, no problem. Let's do it. So, yeah, that's with paranormal. It's, like I said, it's hand to hand. So it's in the same sighting of Bigfoot. And it's not, I mean, they're probably 50 yards from the sightings from where that cemetery is at. And I was like, we'll try it. We'll see what happens. Because if we got one here, and obviously they might be the one thing that did cross my mind is like he came from here, and it's a single siding. He's crossing the road, and what if he went to there and there's a grave there that could be an old grave from Bigfoot, or did he bury someone there? You know, it's hidden very good. It's in the woods. Why not? So we just ain't really jumped that stone over there. Which we're trying to get it worked out where we go to a land before the lake, land between the lakes. You probably heard this over in Kentucky, Tennessee area. Well, I discovered also this is supposed to be with Dogman and possible Bigfoot. So the third catch to that one is the Bell Witch is down the road. Probably, I think it showed like 45 minutes away. Paranormal Dogwood Bigfoot connected together, possibly. You know, it's just that's part of the show. So
yeah. Well, we're going to try to get down there to the LBL either late this month or probably late in October. Me and the wife are going to go down, and we're supposed to hopefully we hook up with another YouTube channel, Hellbent Holler. Her and her husband, they do Bigfoot and Dogman down there, and they've been in the LB. I only know a little bit more about it than I do.
yeah,
They know the area better than I do, and hopefully we can hook up and have some night investigations down there, and we'll get what we get.
yeah.
Maybe we'll get lucky. Never know.
That's true. We're trying. We're getting it. We've got it in mind. What we're going to do. We're waiting on my buddy Bobby. I think he actually was in the live. He's the one that brought it up about it. And then, well, as I call my other little buddy, I call him my redneck, my librarian, Greg. He showed me a few things. He's like, he's went deep in this researching land between the lakes. And I'm like, and he showed me, he said, dude, check this out. He said, we go up there, we're going to have to be armed. I said, well, and Bobby's saying the same thing. And I said, well, we'll just keep digging. And he's dug up some stuff up there that's the old stories that's happened up there. Some people's been killed. And I'm like, do we really need to take the women with us? Because I know a lot of them, my wife's like, I'm going. I'm like, you'll stay in the truck. I was like, you ain't getting out walking, you'll stay in the truck. And then my daughter's like, I'm going up there. And I said, you're more scared than a dang battlefield. What do you think's going to happen when you see an ugly dog man? She's like, and when she told me, she's like, I got to deal with your ugly face every day. I'm like, okay. I said, I'll leave you out for bait.
Well, when are you y'all thinking about going?
Not sure yet, because Bobby's running from LA back to Chattanooga, so it's kind of hard. I don't want to me, and I'm going to tell you, to me, family work is most important. Okay. That's your support. You got to take care of that first, which he's doing that. He drives a truck just like me and you, and he teams with I believe it was his son that he teams with. So they got that run to LA and back. So I don't want to inconvenience that because that's a long run. I'm sure you've made that run from East Coast to West.
Yeah, a few times.
It's so hard, and I want him ready. I want him to be when it changes up, or when he retires, or we're able to get it on a weekend that he's going to be home, or he can take off. Because you take off from that's a hit in the pocket, and I'm not going to have somebody. I don't want somebody, losing money, and we, go up here and see something that's crazy, but go up there and get hurt and all that, and then, I don't want to say, hey man, sorry, I don't know what to do, so we're waiting on him, which because he brought it up, I want him to be I'm going to put him to, as the lead and say, hey, you've been up there before. with your daughter, I'm gonna let you take the lead. We're gonna follow you. You know where to go, and we're gonna go that way. That way we know, and we're safe, and everybody's there. I'd hate to go up there and something great happens and he's not there. It'd make me feel bad because I'd be like, dude, I wish he was there. Yeah, I know it's yeah, I know, man. I wish because he brought it up, and that's how I am. You know, if we'll get it in the works. It's got to be big planning because that's I'm about
a little bit of a trip for you.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour trip for me. Nashville's 2 hours for me. Up to Clarksville, about 3 hours, I'd say, round trip. No, round
like
6 hours.
3.5 to 4.
For you or me?
For you.
Clarksville ain't that far. Nashville's 2 hours from me. Dang, that hurt. Nashville's 2 hours from me because I'm right there on the Chattanooga. So I got Nashville, and then you got Clarksville, usually about 30 minutes from Nashville. And I know the LB, that's supposed to be further up. So it's roughly, you're right there in it. I mean, it's there. So, yeah, it's right there.
Well, from Nashville to the LBL, if you run up, 75, and then you're going to go towards Nashville on 40, right?
Well, I'll go from right where I'm at Nashville or Chattanooga. I come from basically 75 to 24. Then hit and just stay on 24 right on up to Clarksville, and cut that way. Yeah. Come back into Kentucky and all that little because the Bell Witch is right there. Right, I mean they're right there on that line. Yeah.
So yeah, for me it'd be about 3.5 hour trip for me to get down there. But if you guys want to get down there, and if your wife needs company, all you gotta do is pick the phone up and call me, and we'll show up. We'll make a trip down.
That worked. I just, like I said,
and that way you know that you have your back covered.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I'm as wide as you are, and I'm uglier, so you know they'll come at me first. But yeah, just let me know if you guys, you know, if everything don't work out with the other channel this fall, and y'all decide to get down there early spring or something before all the bugs and the ticks start coming out down there, because they're pretty bad about, you know, ticks are pretty bad down in the LBL.
I've heard that. I was told by, actually, she's on here, Duty Bird there. Actually, she said, hey, make sure you get some bug spray and make sure you keep an eye on ticks. And I was like, can't be that bad, is it? And she said, yeah, that's pretty bad. I was like, okay.
Yeah. That's why all the possums down there look like they weigh 50 pounds apiece.
Right.
But if y'all want to get down, just holler at me, and we'll make plans, and we'll put the money together and come on down.
Okay. We'll definitely try. I know we got it in the works, and I know I've got another big trip that's going to be down towards close to Montgomery, Alabama. That's kind of on the that's kind of in the shadows right now because they don't want nobody else to know the area. So it's in that area, but for a different area. So kind of keep it on the hush hush a little bit, you know.
One thing I can tell you, you're down in that area, just be very careful what you get into.
Oh yeah.
Watch your back and your sides.
Yeah.
They're kind of aggressive in that area.
Well, what I've got, she's the young lady there has actually sent me some audio from her place. It would blow your mind. Like, and it's right there at her place, and I'm like, good Lord, like, what do you have there? And she, you know, which she was on my show at one time, which I think she was on Mannimal show too, because she pulled up the pictures where she caught a bunch of orbs, and then a couple of orbs actually exploding. That that's mind blowing itself. And he sent me a few things. We've stayed in contact, and it's been some good stuff. I'm excited about it, and I can't wait to get down there to try to do a good investigation, because it's going to be. She's waiting to get things cleaned up, and that way she's ready and trustworthy, because she's got to trust somebody, and I understand that completely. So, yeah, it's going to be that's going to be a bigger trip, because that's a little ways down there.
Yeah. Well, we got a little bit of time. Why don't you tell us what's going to be happening at the Squatch Out this year?
At Squatch Out, we basically this year seems like it's going to be a little bit bigger than what happened last year. We've got Bigfoot Aaron, or Aaron. I'm probably saying his name wrong. He's one of our speakers. He asked, and so we was like, okay, cool. And he's a cool dude. He really is. And then we have our the Dr. John, who has beat cancer so far. Has beaten cancer, which is awesome.
Good to hear.
Which, with anything with a cancer patient, they're still, to me, you're still not quite out of the woods, but as long as you got to ring that bell, you're getting ahead of it. To me, you're getting ahead of it and you're beating it, and that's what you want to see. We'll have him talk probably a little bit about his book that he put out. And then I believe we got Sasquatch Odyssey, or Odyssey Sasquatch. However, it's which way. I can't remember. I think it's Sasquatch Odyssey. It's coming down. Brian, the big man out of that show, out of that podcast, is coming down to speak, which is that's actually pretty big for the Squatch Outs, because that's a big podcast. And then basically we'll have our little group meeting, normal kind of everything else normal. I'm gonna cook. Probably do the normal little burgers, normal stuff to camp out kind of style. I remember Friday night we're supposed to have a lady. She's gonna come. We're all gonna get around the campfire and basically I guess you call it campfire stories. And she's gonna tell us about some things, Bigfoot stuff. About it, and Sasquatch Odyssey. Thank you, Pine Island. Thank you, Brian. And there's Mannimal there. Brian from Sasquatch Odyssey. That's right. There we go. I see both different ways. Sasquatch Odyssey or Sasquatch. Oh, never mind. I'm getting sleepy. You got it right. But I've actually went and looked at some of their stuff and podcasts, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I gotta give it for the Brian that done it. I mean, it's pretty cool. He's got some good stuff. I like it, and it seems like very honest, very straightforward with things, and things that he talks about. He researches it, and then he puts it on the show, and I like that. That's cool. He's done a heck of a job with it. Flat Rock saying, "Oh, Flat Rock must be closer to up there to Land Before the Lakes or Montgomery. Which one is it, Flat Rock?"
Montgomery, I think it is, but
I might be. So, he's ex-law enforcement. Out of Atlanta. Well, he's close to us. Okay. Cool deal. Let's see. And then I think Wayne's going to have a few things to sell for the Mannimal. I'm trying Montgomery. That's it. I am in the process of getting some stuff made with the show I do. So we'll have a few things here and there. So I ain't going to do like a whole, like a lemonade stand or nothing. Just, hey, y'all, I got this. Y'all want something? Here, buy it. We'll take it. It's going to be, and anything it goes to is going to go to basically proceeds to getting some extra equipment. I'm also going to try to split some of it with and help out my buddy John, because I know medical bills is outrageous with that cancer stuff. Even though you got insurance, it's still outrageous. I see my papa die of colon cancer, and he had money, and he basically refused treatment after the first one. He said, "I'm done. I'm gonna die peacefully at the house." And I seen what it does, and I seen what the treatment did, and it's just one of those things. So yeah, somebody will be going to him too to help him out because he is a good guy. And anybody, it would be anybody if anybody's having something like that, because cancer sucks, and we and it need to kind of no matter with anybody's. If you're mad at one person or another, cancer is one thing. It's all everybody human has to deal with it, or one way or another. It's a good way to come together and say, we're going to help this person out. To me, that's the one that's the humanly way and a godly way. So, I mean, that's just it's just the way I believe a human should be anyways, to help each other out. So, and other than that, then we'll, people can go out and, like we did last year, you can go up to the mountain, do some calls, see what's up there, see if you can find something, see if anything will come find you, and go from there. And, I think it's going to be with what we got, what's set up there. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think it's going to be a good night, fun night. Hopefully, I'll get enough where I can get some enough s'mores, so we can get everybody with a campfire s'mores. Got to have s'mores and campfire.
Well, yeah. Last year I couldn't. I was kind of hoping somebody would have brought back s'mores on Saturday night, but
I don't know. I couldn't do it. I had to cook already, so.
Yeah, don't give me no excuses. Come on. I could have, I am a big guy, when it comes to s'mores, I've really never had a s'mores. So at that point, it would have been a good time to have a s'mores. I was kind of hoping somebody would offer.
You've been a hunter, and you've camped, and you've never had a s'more.
No, sir.
You better be there Saturday.
Okay.
I will personally make you a dang s'more.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to it.
All right, we'll get them. Hey, remember s'mores? I got my wife in the house to make s'mores. Okay. You know what? I don't even care about the rest of the campers. We're doing it just for Bear. He shows up. We see him rolling in the truck. Let's go to the store. Get him a s'more. Okay. The right way. Mushroom. Oh, my Lord. Oh. We don't need none of those at the campfire. Marshmallows, Hershey's, graham crackers. Original s'more.
Okay.
It'll be sticky, so hopefully you ain't a clean freak and OCD and go crazy because it's going to get sticky.
No.
Okay. Most truck drivers don't worry about it.
I eat with my hands a lot of times, man. So, yeah, and there was something else I wanted to ask you about. What happened to your truck the other day? Your tractor?
Does Western Express ring a bell?
Oh my Lord! I didn't train him. Hey, look, I changed jobs. I'm a CDL instructor now, and I train these people how to drive. But the thing is, I didn't train that driver, man. Trust me.
Well, if I was able to get there and the cops held him up, I probably could have found out who trained him. But they let him go. My truck was actually parked. I was already parked way before. I had one white truck there already. I parked next to because usually I will where I park as my wife works at the hotel, so I got a big old gravel lot. Now I'll hide over and park. I usually go right next to the trees in the woods right there. Mm-hmm. That way I'm out of everybody's way. I'll go there and park. Well, I couldn't that day, and there was another truck right there, so I parked him. I gave him enough walk, between the trucks. Apparently that guy left, and then Western Express, I guess, decided to come in there and back in next to me. Still had the big gaps. Parked there, and I guess he was getting something to eat from the Farm and Forks that's right there in front of it, and decided he's done for his. I guess probably doing his 30-minute break more likely, and then he's going to take off. I think they told me he's probably heading to Nashville. I think because that's where the terminal's at, and not sure. The cop said that supposedly what they got on the report was that when he was pulling out, there was 3 pickup trucks. One was still there when I got there. He was far enough up there I could get an 18-wheeler back in there just fine, parallel parking and just fine. And apparently they were saying there's 2 more. And I'm still looking, and I got pictures of the big gap between the woods and where my truck was at. And I'm looking at it, and I'm going, and I tell the cop, I said, he's still hitting my truck, and he has a massive gap, dude. And which when his tandems are all the way to back, and I was still looking, I was like, I don't care. If he had another 30 foot, he should still be able to get out just fine. But I think what happened is he misjudged those trucks, the pickup trucks, and got too close to me. And then basically, I guess when he decided to hit the truck, he seen it and decided to keep going forward and let the ICC bumper and take my bumper with it. And I'm like, you could have just backed up and just moved over. It wouldn't have been that much of a damage, except maybe my mirror. But he decided to keep on going forward and for the mirror, took my dang part of the hood. Didn't bend the hood, but put a hole in it from the tire. Everything else worked. We got it back together. The owner basically he had another KW up in the yard, so he was able to put our white bumper back on, which is going to be a new one because it did clip it. Luckily, it didn't snap it in two. It just broke the brackets on it, so that got good. He actually called the law. That's the one that kind of calmed me halfway down because he did call the law. And he did call his company because I actually called him, and it was probably 11. I don't know, it was 11 or midnight that night. I was calling him saying, "Hey, did your guy report this?" Yes. And they were saying I guess either the guy didn't know what town he was in or something because he called it Ringo, Tennessee, and I was like, "They ain't no Ringo, Tennessee. What truck are you talking about?" And I told him the truck number. He's, "Yeah, Ringo, Tennessee." And I was like, "Where?" I said, "Dude, I said, where are you at right now?" He's like, "Well, I'm in Nashville." "Have you ever heard of Chattanooga?" "Well, yeah, I go through it all the time." "Have you ever went to Atlanta?" "Well, yeah." "You know that town you crossed in from Chattanooga to Chattanooga to the Georgia border? That's Ringo, Georgia." "Oh." I said, "You ever drove a truck?" "No." "Then never mind." So I said, "No, man, it was Ringo, Georgia." And I said, "Here's the zip code. What zip code that guy give?" And he gives him he gave the zip code right. I was like, "Did you ever pull it up on your Google map to actually see where this actually was supposed to have been at?" "Yeah." And it looked like it was Ringo, Tennessee. And like, dude, just quit talking. I am not in the mood for your I said a few short choose words, but other than that, yeah, they got it right. But the driver did report it. So I kind of got to give him kudos on that. But he ain't never come back near because I figured he would come back one time I parked again because I've seen that Western truck before.
Yeah.
He might not come back. I don't know. But, yeah, that's what happened. I was at home, too. My boss was calling me, the owner. Because usually I don't answer. If it's 10 o'clock at night, you better not be calling me unless somebody is dead or something. And she called, and the first two, she called my owner, Lane, which is the mechanic, too. I can't get hold of Derek. He probably don't want you calling because he probably think you're going to work him to death. So I finally answered the third call. I said, "I know I'm not in trouble because I'm at home. What do you need? If one of your drivers don't want to know how to drive to Florida and back, well, no, but at least you have a sense of humor. And I was like, you're calling me for a reason. She goes, and as soon as it came out, rolled off her tongue, somebody side swap, you block the phone. I mean, I even went out and I was on the phone. She was outside. I said, somebody just hit my blah, blah truck and this and that. And then I was like, oh no, somebody, I'm going to jail. And my boss goes, first of all, calm down. It's a truck. First of all, I said, first of all, you can kiss my big. I said, it ain't just a truck. I have a load, and that's money. She's like, calm down. Even Lane he told me, he's like, I was calm as day. He was irate. He haven't told me to calm down with the cops. I was irate with them because they refused to call DOT to the place. I was like, you need to call DOT, man. This is a commercial vehicle accident. Well, it's private property.
Yeah.
So I said, so is a truck stop. It's private property also. It is a truck accident, man. You got to call DOT for this. They have to do a drug test on this guy. Well, they didn't do it, and so but Western Express has reached back very quickly, and they're saying, hey, all we need is your estimate, and we'll write you a check. Get y'all taken care of. Okay, all right, good. You better. I was like, but yeah, that was right before we're fixing to leave, go to vacation. And I was like, I was already stressing up because 11-hour drive down here, and yeah, it was pretty bad. But we did get lucky out of it. We still running, so the truck's running.
We're good.
So,
Well, tell everybody something about your show. Plug your show for tomorrow night, and then we're gonna get out of here and let everybody get some rest and get rested up for your show tomorrow night.
all right. Well, guys, the show is Bigfoot. I had a brain fart. It's Bigfoot and Things with Jasper Walls. Look it up. You should be able to find it, I hope, on YouTube. We're going to be between 8 and 8:30 is going to be the show. I've got a gentleman coming on tomorrow night, and we're going to be digging and jumping deep into Dogman. And I'm excited. I hope you guys join in because I got some of the stuff that he sent me. I'm very excited. I got it. I was able to get it on there, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be probably my very first #1 big show on that channel. So, guys, definitely tune in tomorrow. It's big Eastern time, 8:30, between 8 and 8:30. Hopefully, you got your. If you go to the channel and subscribe and hit the bell, you'll be able to get your notification and be able to look out. It's going to be an awesome show. That's about it, guys. But hopefully y'all there.
Well, buddy, I appreciate you coming on the channel and telling us all about your new channel and giving us some information on what you're doing. And as always, I'm going to tell you to be safe out there. You know to watch out for everything.
Right.
Never know what's going to happen at 1 minute to the next. Last night was an example of that. We weren't ready for something like that, but it changed pretty quick. And well, it was a new experience for me. And I've been doing this a long time, but I'm glad you came on, and I enjoy watching your show. And if I can stay up long enough tomorrow night, I'll be able to watch the whole show with you.
Right.
So look for me. I'll holler at you. And we hope to make it to the Squatch Out in October. 14th, 15th, and 16th, right?
Yeah, well, yes. 14th and 15th is the main ones. The 16th, if somebody wants to stay. I think it was supposed to have been 3. And I think he decided we changed it to just the 14th and the 15th. That way, people, when they leave on the 16th, they got time to get home and I guess, to get a rest. But
Yeah, because it is a drive. If you got to drive from West Virginia down there, it's a drive back from there to West Virginia.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely. I know that one.
it'll be a lot of fun. I hope everybody can make it and go to his show tomorrow night. Now that's 9:30 Eastern or 8:30 Eastern.
It'll be 8:30 Eastern time. I'm on the same time you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see you tomorrow night, and we'll see you at the Squatch Out, brother.
All right. I'll have a
Be
smart way
safe.
doing.
And watch out for them Western Expresses, would you?
Yeah, try to.
And if they say I train them, you smack them in the mouth because they didn't get trained by me.
I'll make sure I'm gonna get investigate now. I'm like, hey, does this man you recognize this guy? Yeah, that's my trainer. Take this back to him.
All right, buddy. You have a blessed night, and we'll holler at you later, brother.
All right, guys. See
All
ya.
right. Well, everybody, that was Jasper. He's a great guy. He does Bigfoot and paranormal stuff on his channel. And whatever happens, he's ready for it when he's out there. Take a look at his channel and be there tomorrow night for his show. It's a live show. It's about dogmen. It's a topic I don't get into, but if you're into it, go right ahead and watch. But I'll be there. I'll try to be there tomorrow night to watch it with the rest of you. And may each and every one of you be blessed and be protected by our Father. And y'all have a wonderful night. We'll see y'all later. Bye now.